Hello everybody. Today I'll be doing a little bit of metal detecting and bottle digging in my favorite bottle dump. So a while back ago I found a hatchet and a pocket watch in the same area. They were within probably 50-75 feet from each other. So I want to hit that area a little bit tighter and then use a 6-inch. So I came across this one spot where it looks like it possibly might have been a foundation or something, and I ended up pulling this up. It's brass or copper, very strange, and it rang up kind of low, like a pull tab, like 14-15. It's got a lot of age to it, very dark, rich green. But I'm going to keep scanning, see if I can find anything else old in this area. Working my way around the pocket watch area, and I get a signal 1819. Never know what it'll be. Mason jar lid. There was two of them down there. Accidentally dropped them into each other. Both of the milk glasses are good, but also in the hole I'm finding a lot of shells in here, oyster, and I'm digging up pottery. A lot of different types of pottery. It's actually got some gold on there. Someone spent some money. So I don't know if this is more bottle dump area. There's more pottery over here. It's definitely different, but something was going on over here, and I believe it was a foundation. So I'm just going to poke a little longer. Maybe I'll find some cool stuff. I got the 6 on, so it's slow going. I'm not moving very far, but I am picking up different targets here and there. I'm going to try to make to the bottle dump soon. And I think you know where I am now. So I'm back. And nothing has been touched. Everything's the same way I left it. Awesome. That means hunting season's over and the hunters are not in the area to pick around. So anyhow, I forgot a couple things on the way home last time. So these are last finds, and I don't know how I forgot those. I wanted those. I think I wanted everything here just about. I must have been in a hurry. I don't know. I thought I dropped it on one of the deer trails on the way to the vehicle, but thank God it's here. I think I want to save this round one. So I literally just got here, and there's that old buckle. That's why it wasn't in the wrap up last time. So I think I was farting around in this area, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working this area here up to over there, trying to make this more even, work my way back, eat this area out, see what I can get. So I will be back. Update. I cut through this way. That's all I got. That's all I did so far, but I haven't really come up with anything amazing yet. No toys, no coins. There's a few bottles. Another one of these. I don't know if I'm saving. I'm going to save this one because the neck is stretched. The seams. Whoops. I'm probably not going to save this, but it was interesting, so I just brought it up, put it in a special spot, and then maybe if my friend wants it, he can take it. I've already got a couple of them. This one I like because the seam stops there and the neck was stretched. So that's an older bottle. It is cracked though, which is a crying shame, and it was cracked long before I dug it up. Milk bottle, another Brighton place, which is in Rochester. We're about 20 miles plus out from there. This is an older bottle, still with a cork on it. This I thought was interesting. Mason jar. Let's see what it says here. And say Mason improved. I've never found one like this before. It has the metal ring, but the top is still glass. So they must have went with this style next, and then eventually with the porcelain, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. That was pretty interesting. That looked like a honey jar. Too bad it was broken. That would have been nice. A top, always need these. It's good for the collection. And I brought this up and it looks just to be a part off of a trunk or something. So, hey, I'll throw it in the garbage. And it's old nail polish, I would have to say. Probably from the 40s. May have a date on it. That's it so far. I will get back to work, and Mikey said he might be on his way. He's feeling kind of ill. He loves this place as much as I do, and he loves getting out with friends, so I'm hoping he's going to make it soon. I'll be back. Alright, I think I just found something amazing. It's a silver ring. It's got a lot of gems in there. I doubt they're real diamonds, but it's definitely antique silver. There's no green on there. And the silver shining right through that. Real nice. I can't wait to clean that up. I think it's got a little bend to it, but that's alright. Alright. Did a little bit more digging. It's getting wider here, and I'm almost at my stopping point. I don't know if I'm going to go past the sign. I was thinking about maybe going... Whoops. I was thinking about going like somewhere in this general area. Just clearing this out and then come back and do this. So far, I don't know if I got this in the last video. I think this is a really big inkwell. I'm only guessing though. Could be. I'm going to bring it home and then see if I can find anything about it. I found a couple pieces. They had some writing on it. One's made out of metal. Oh no, one's glass and then the other one's plastic. One has a note inside of it, so it'd probably give me an era of when this section of the dump was. I found this thing last week. I lost it, but I didn't see it again. It's an antler was rubber over the top of it, and it has some kind of watermark right here of some sort of where it came from. I think lipstick tube, possibly. I'm not sure. I pulled this thing up. I thought I seen lettering on it, but it might be just my eyes messing with me. Yeah. And then I found this. It's starting to crumble, and I swore I seen a Mason symbol on it somewhere on this side. I mean, it's literally about to fall apart. I have no clue what it is. It's some kind of winding that goes all the way around with like a button in the front. I thought it was a book at first. I mean, it's literally, I can't focus that well because it's literally falling apart. But I'm going to try to save that and figure it out when I get home. That's really it. Oh, the handle off of something. Can you believe that didn't stick? Must have been in a rush when you were making that. It's got like a pink hue to it. I believe this was a Coca-Cola bottle. And it had a 3 and an 8, so this is probably a 1938. Well, I think I found something big. Before I get into that, we had a little of a collapse over here. I had to pull my bucket from underneath, move some stuff around. I haven't even looked at what I found. It fell down and it sat right there, but it looks like a coin. It could be a medallion or a medal, and I believe it's silver. It kind of looks like a $50. Let me clean this up and let's figure it out. I don't have it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. This 1921. This sucker's heavy. I'm just going to use my hand, I don't care. $1. I've never seen $1 from 1921, if they even made them. So I don't know if this is real. It's heavy. It looks like silver, kind of looks like stainless too. I don't know. But what has me puzzled is it's heavy and it's big, and like I couldn't imagine if you had like 10 of these in your pocket, like $10, that would be horrible. And the dollars that we have now are definitely smaller than this, and obviously not silver. If that's real, that's kind of crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's a remembrance piece. It's surely big. So that's pretty cool. And the other things I found before the cave-in, another milk bottle. This one, I don't see any embossing on it, so I don't know what that's. I gotta click this thing. So I don't know what this one is. This one's another Brighton Dairy. And I found a camera. At first I didn't know what it was. It looked like a I don't know, like a pedestal for like Catholic church. Like you'd be here and the priest would be right there doing his thing, you know. And then I noticed it was a camera, so that's kind of interesting. Found also another bottle with the cork still on top. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna have to clean this out real quick. Steve says he's going to be here. He's coming at around 1 or 2. And just to let you know, if this is silver, this is my second piece of silver. So I got the ring and this, and that would be my first and second silver of the year, because today I believe I think today's the 7th or something like that, so maybe the 4th, 5th, I can't remember what day it is, but nevertheless, it's only the first week, so that's pretty cool. I'm on silver. I'm gonna put that in my pocket so I don't lose it, and I'm gonna get back at cleaning this. Mikey says watching me dig is more fun than watching TV, so he might come but not dig, just sit back and watch us, me and Steve, dig. So I will be back. All right, I cleaned up the collapse. Mikey's here finally. He's hasn't found anything, but he kind of just started. He's pulling up look like just mason jar and some shoes, nothing real special. I've found a few more things. I found a stainless steel fork. This is a metal cap with a glass stopper inside of it. I'm going to keep that just for the heck of it. I found a candlestick holder. No chips. Perfect working condition. Just needs a little love. That's nice. This is kind of cool. I like the spiral on it, and there's a piece of petrified something in there. It looks very creepy looking. It smells like dried up coconut. Kinda. Or maybe a wax. Anyhow, it kind of looks like a unicorn antler. Some kind of little weird greenish multicolored weird funky glass bottle. I think this, I don't know. Oh wait, it's starting to peel off, whatever that is. So it's green with a small crack in it. Got a scutcheon. That's pretty ornate and very nice looking. That'll look great in a shadow box. It kind of looks like a turkey. It kind of looks like a turkey head right there. And it goes down, and that'd be its belly and its legs. I'll find out more when I clean that up. This is the top of a milk bottle. I'm going to clean that up very slowly and carefully and put that back on one of the milk bottles. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm going to keep that out. Melted shot glass, I believe. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm going to keep it. It might be ink. I'm not sure. I found this thing here. It's kind of disgusting. I'm leaving it. I'm keeping this old medicine bottle. And I want to show you this. There's some gold. See the gold flake on the glass here? That would have been nice if that was still intact. And that's it really so far. Steve's on his way. He said he'd be here any minute. He's probably walking down one of the deer trails. So we'll be seeing him, and I'm pretty sure he's going to set up a pit somewhere over here. I'll be back. Mikey left. He always leaves a little bit early. And Steve is still making it this way. He should be here like any minute. So far what I ended up getting is another couple of these bowling pin looking pop bottles. Mikey got this. He gave it to me. He says he's not interested. I'm not sure what he grabbed a whiskey bottle and something else. This whole thing was whole in the ground, which is awesome. I ended up finding the same exact one not far from where he was, and I broke mine on accident. Found this weird looking thing. Wife will probably like it. I don't know the exact manufacturer, so I'm going to look this up. It's got a name on the bottom, so I'm going to look that up. Ended up finding this cool old bottle. It looks aged. Some kind of strap with brass whatchamacallits on there. I believe this is an inkwell, and I can see like dried up old ink in there. That's an awesome find. That's a new one for my collection, so that will be getting hung up. Another Brighton Dairy. Another larger milk bottle with no emboss on it, but you never know, when I clean it up I might see some stuff. This is interesting. I'm not sure what that is, so I'll clean that up and figure it out. Ball cap, another cool old coffee cup. I'm not sure if I showed you this stuff yet. I'm not sure what this jar is. It looks pretty cool. I want to keep it. That might be ink too. I'm not sure. A couple mirrors. Some old cool pottery. That was real nice back in the day. And that's it so far. So I'm going to keep digging. I had another collapse over here, and we have to pull that out and start cutting this in more. I've been working a lot in this area because that's where I found the coin. So, and then right next to the coin, I didn't show it in the film because it was a little bit more digging, and I ended up finding a purse zipper. I'm not sure where that went. I dropped it or something like that. It was, I wouldn't keep it anyhow, but that coin might have been inside of a purse, but I'm not sure. The material of the purse was gone. All it was left is the zipper. Actually, is that some of it? No. Anyhow, that's about it, and I'll keep you posted on more stuff that's found. All right, Steve is here. He's been here for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, and he's just like me. He got fumble fingers, but he ended up finding a very cool top. It's a telephone, old school. Hey, put it on the side there. Let's see the side. Look at that. That's an awesome piece. So he's digging this side of the pit, and you can see that he made a hell of a dent. And the train's going by, so, but he's moving along. I got this part of the trench done. I found a few good pieces. Found an older bottle for like bourbon or something, a compact. I found this. This is a nice jar. I found another one of these. You remember last week or the week before, I found one of these. I found more of these. They're all different colors, and a couple more in there. I ended up getting a truck top. Honey, Lakeshore Honey in Rochester. Lakeshore Honey. That's pretty cool. I ended up getting a rubber horseshoe, and there's some emboss on here. I don't know what that's all about. I'm going to take that back so I can read it, figure out what it is. I found this thing. I thought it was a pen, but it's not. I don't know. It's some kind of hollow tube with a top on it, like a pen. A horse piece of porcelain made in Japan. That's junk, towel holder. I'm not sure what this goes to. I've seen it before in other metal detecting videos, and it's got a letter on it. I just don't remember what it goes to. Top off to something. I'll figure it out later. Blue bottle of some sort. That's pretty much it. Oh God, look what he just found. Nice. Let me guess, the back's gone?
The back is gone.
That doesn't matter. It's still an awesome piece. It's a Volkswagen, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but
no,
it might be. I gotta clean it off. It's like just like an M.
It's old. I don't know. I think that's like the 20s or the 30s.
Like the Waltons.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very awesome. Awesome. Cool. Yep. So we're getting toys. We're getting toys. Yes. And I will be back. We're calling it quits before it gets real dark out. The sun is pretty much setting now. Let me tell you one thing. Steve put a hurting on this side over here. He got deep. Oh, I kind of like this. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
A couple good finds. He found this old creepy truck. It looks like something from probably the 1930s. It's got the big wheels on there. It's roached out. He's not taking it. We're gonna leave it. Maybe someone else will want it. But I end up getting another ball jar, another milk bottle. Got a license plate with the New York World's Fair of 1939. I didn't show this last time, but it's missing the top, but it's fully intact. It's a nice piece. Where is it made from? Let's see, trademark, U.S. Oh, it's made in the U.S. in Ohio. So that's pretty much it. I ended up getting another one of these. This is larger. No more coins, no more toys. That's about it. So I'm going to clean up what I found, and I'll get back to you in a minute. To the wrap up of the video here, these are all my finds, and this is a kind of a large display. You know, there's everything is across the board here. I've got some favorite finds, some interesting stuff here. I like this here, this blue old mason jar. Yeah, mason improved. Look at the big bubble inside this thing here. Look at the size of that bubble. I have to click on the video once in a while just to make sure it's focusing. But it has the original metal top. You can still see the rubber in there. I've cleaned it all up a little bit. It does need to be soaked so I can get rid of the crud off of this. But that is a beautiful bottle. Beautiful jar. I really, really like that. That's the first one I had, or I've ever found, that's a screw top with a metal or with a glass cap on there. Found another ball. This is a nice size one. This is Mikey's, and he gave it to me. This is the first one I have of an Atlas of this size. I really like it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out my bling ball and put it in here because I get a lot of bling. So that'll look nice. I'll throw it in there. I kept this interesting bottle. It's a cork top. It's an older one. The seam does go to the top. Seam does go to the top, but what's nice about this is it's a malt whiskey, the malt whiskey company from Rochester, New York, USA. So that's a very interesting bottle. I like it because it's part of history of Rochester. This one definitely needs to be soaked. I've also got to get some better brushes to get in here and really scrub the inside up, get the first coat of gunk out. Another sour cream. I don't know what happened to my other one. I found two of these before. I actually found more bottles in this that I brought back, but some of the other ones aren't that interesting or old or really whatever. So I put them in a box for, I'm not quite sure what I'm saving them for, but I have certain ideas that I might display them in windows or whatever. So this one here is a Hudson Dairy sour cream. It's a half pint liquid, even though that sour cream's kind of not liquidy. That's very interesting. I like that. This is pretty cool. This is from Hudson Dairy, which would be located, I believe, around New York City. And what I like about this, it has the, you know, the milk spillage over the top, and it's all embossed. That's real nice. Very cool. Alright, we got this one here. It's a Brighton Dairy, or Brighton Place, Rochester, New York. And then you have a Brighton Place here. So this one's embossed. This one's the lettering's on the outside. And this one here is kind of like got the embossed for the half pint, but then they painted on the outside. I find a lot of these ones at that dump. And I actually found 3 of them today. This one here is another Brighton Dairy. I'm not sure if it's the same as Brighton Place, but I mean, how many dairy companies could they have in Brighton? Maybe a lot, I don't know. That's another Rochester. This is pretty cool. I haven't cleaned it 100% because I couldn't get the cap off and I wanted to do the wrap up, so it looks kind of cruddy now, but this is going to look beautiful when it's done. Now, I don't know if you recognize this, but this is a honeycomb, and this is Lakeshore honey. So somewhere probably at the water's edge there, they had a honey company. What's it say on the bottom? Lakeshore honey. This was a marmalade. Must have been expensive. You put marmalade in this and be able to toss it without being returnable. This, I don't know what it is. There's no markings on it, but you could see where those, most likely a ribbon on here. It probably gave the name of what it used to be, right in this area here. And I thought of my wife when I found this. It'd be something interesting when I clean it up more. She'll probably put different colored sand or rocks in here, put another cap, recap it. It'll look kind of cool. It's almost like a unicorn horn. Blue bottle. I like these here. This is the second one I found of this. This will all come off. I got to put it in CLR. No cracks. Nice. This is the larger version. So I've got 2 of these so far. I found at the dump. 1 of those. And I have found more of these. But, you know, they're all broken and stuff like that. Here's another nice big jug. Does have a slight fracture that didn't work on both sides yet, but it's on the outside and the back of this. So this is pretty nice. This will clean up too. You can see all the white in here. I can flake that out with my fingers. It's just dry lye from the ash. But I'll soak it and I'll get all this. All this will come right off, be nice and clean. This was probably most likely for Brandy, and it probably had a big old pineapple stopper for the top of it. I couldn't find that. It's probably a reason why I went to the dumps, maybe. These are old mirrors, and they're all kind of cruddy. But I saved them because they're interesting. A horse mold. This needs to be soaked. It still has a lot of rust and metal from the junk. It was made in Japan. Not sure what they would use that for. I found this was a top of a cane. This was one like this. You know, people could hold it. And it was a deer antler. I'm not sure what this is. I'm probably going to put it with the other stuff. I don't believe it's an inkwell. I thought it might have been, but I don't believe so. This is pretty cool. This is a candlestick holder. This would have been probably from around the 1900s. I believe there was a seam somewhere. Yeah, the seam goes here and it stops. You can see where the seam stops right here. So the neck was added or stretched, or the top section here was added on. Makes it a little bit older. It's not like your dollar store, you know, glass that you would see there. These are all different. This was some kind of probably snake oil. It said it was fish oil in here. I'm not sure what they would use that for. It's kind of nasty. Lipstick tube holder. This had some, you can only read every other word on it if you're lucky. I do see Rochester, New York on here. I don't know what was in it though. Interesting. This is kind of neat. This is a glass stopper inside of a brass top. I couldn't find what it went to. Stainless steel fork, that'll go in a scrap pile. This is a camera. There you go here. Yeah, I never even read the wording on here. It's kind of interesting. But that's an old camera. I don't have it all the way shut because I was cleaning the inside. That's an early camera. This here was part of a rubber horseshoe. And it has a little bit of metal inside of it. I can't read what was written here. I only saved this part because it was kind of interesting. I've never seen a rubber horseshoe before. I've seen this before on other YouTubers that have found similar things. And I'm not sure if it went to a matchbox. You know, like for matches or something like that. I just can't remember. I don't know. I also found, I believe to be nail polish. There's 3 of these, but the only thing is there's no brush inside of it, so my wife was thinking it was some type of paints that might have been for an artist. I have four of those, 4 different colors, and this one here definitely looks like nail polish. I'm not sure, but I'm sure this one's a nail polish. I found this interesting jar and I chipped it. That was me that did that. I'm not sure if that was a Bink inkwell. There's another company, it's called Schaefer's. I'm not sure if that's their S or not, but if you look on here, you'll see a groove here, a groove here, and a groove here, but nothing here. So it could have been, they could have had a sticker here of what the product was, but it's kind of big to be an inkwell, but I don't know. I might display that one. I'm not quite sure. Then we got these two. This one was ink in there for sure. You can see the blue, and I had to wash it out, and you can see all the blue that's still stuck in there. That's kind of an interesting bottle. It had some wording in there, but this type of stuff, when it's in that ground at that dump, I mean, you just need to look at it and it starts to smear and go away. Here's another interesting bottle, 2.5 ounces. Both the same size, so this was probably 2.5 ounces also. Not sure. This is an inkwell I haven't found yet. It's a Schaefer's. Interesting, I like that one. This one here I thought was an inkwell, but this is actually off of a sprayer for like bugs. This would screw on the bottom and then it would be a pump, kind of like that. I thought that was real interesting. I'm keeping that for a display. Very nice. And it kind of reminds me of my, and it's almost like I don't know, maybe green back there meant poison, because I'll come up over here and I'll grab this that I found there, same color green. This was an ant killer. Maybe it belonged to the same company. They just used the same colors. I'm not sure, but that was interesting. That's a keeper. This is interesting. This almost looks like a big inkwell, and it's made really crudely, like there's no love. I mean, you can see the pintle mark on the back of this thing. It's real sloppy. It says 606 with a 1 right here, maybe. That might be a 1, but 606. I was thinking a really large inkwell. There's no groove up there. The seam does go all the way to the top. I can see the seam stops right here, so it was a mold. Could have been a really big inkwell. I mean, there was no cap on there. It's not corked either. It's not, wouldn't be a cork top like this. It's definitely different. So I haven't seen any inkwells ever that big, but you know, if I was someone that was writing a lot, I'd rather have something nice and big like this and sturdy. But you know, I'm not quite sure. What else did I find? I found this interesting thing. This was actually next to the camera. It has the same type of made out of the same type of material. It's not a pen, nothing in there. I'm not sure what they would use this thing for. This was a sample. It's a sample right here, and it's so cruddy I couldn't read everything that was in there. But it's something like supposed to like smeared into like your stain or something like that. So might have been some type of cleaner. Catching, and what's neat about this, it looks like a turkey. You see its face right here, and then the big old bloated belly. It does kind of look like a turkey. Very interesting looking. The side here is missing the part for the pole. Very vintage. Salt shaker, made in Japan. What else here? I'll go over here to two best finds. This is a nice sterling silver ring. I checked out the stones. They are not diamonds. They are some type of bling. I don't believe they're glass because it does rise up on the diamond tester a little bit, and normally glass doesn't do anything. You put it on a diamond tester and it just sits there. There's no level movement. So it might have been like those stones or crystals that you can find at like Herkimer. It could have been something like that, but I'm not quite sure. Cool find. And then I would have to say this is the prize of the day. Even though I'm not a coin collector and I didn't know what this was at first, and I'm hoping I can clean this up a little bit better. I got rid of most of the staining. There's a couple boogers on there, like this thing up here. Looked like the lye started eating it. A little something over here. But it's a 1921 silver Morgan dollar. Now, I didn't even know they made dollars back then. Well, I kind of figured they did, but I didn't think they were this big. Or imagining holding like 10, 20 of these in your pocket, that would be really heavy. I mean, that's a heavy piece of silver right there. It's kind of crazy that they would carry something so big and heavy with them. Our dollars now are about the size of quarters. So, and they're definitely not made out of silver. But it's a 1921 Morgan dollar. And the funny thing is, you know, I don't see very many people find these. It's, I guess, a rarity. So I guess that's pretty cool. I'm thinking about doing something with the coins that I find. You know, where I find like one or two. This jar that I have up here just is random, full of different silver coins and coins from different eras. I just don't want to display every single one of them. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm only going to display one of each kind. So I might do like, I'm not sure. This is a seeded something. Is that a seeded half or a seeded quarter? I'm not sure what this thing is called here. But if it's a seeded half, I'll put it like in the half dollar section, and the dollars in another section, dimes in another section. So there's like, I have so many different coins in here, different types, that I don't know what to do with them. So anyhow, the bad news of the bottle dump is we've gotten so big and we have dug up so much that it's starting to get noticeable. Before we get in any trouble, we're going to have to pull permits. That takes time. We won't be going back to this bottle dump anytime soon, maybe till, and it's perfect timing because winter setting, we have about a week or two before the snow gets knee deep here. With that, it'll give us time to prep and talk to certain people about properly digging this place up, recycling the stuff that doesn't belong there, doing things correctly, because as it looks now, it's starting to get messy. It's starting to look like a dump again. We just don't want to get in any trouble. So we're going to be pulling permits, having stuff done right, having the town give us recycling bins, recycle the stuff that doesn't, you know, the stuff that's not any good, and go on from there. Anyhow, this is this week's finds. And if you like, give a thumbs up. And for you non-subscribers, please subscribe. I'm trying to build this channel up here. Until next week, thank you and bye.